You're listening to the Bantering Bohs Show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. I guess I'll drive the ship to start here because Brad, you won't believe this.
All right.
I don't know how I got this guy to fly in here given his busy schedule, but ladies and gentlemen, fresh from the Oscars, our very special guest today for the start of the banter of the week is Birdman himself, Birdman.
Oh, damn.
Birdman, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you, man?
How did we end up here?
Pretty sure
This
you flew.
place smells like balls.
Yeah, you know, it's
I hear you
it's
do
cozy,
something
though.
called the banter around here.
Yeah.
You do realize it kind of sound a little bit like Batman, but crossed in with Michael Keaton Batman / Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but things change, so it's okay.
True.
But yeah.
So-
yeah, you know. What's on your mind, man? You must have
Well,
flown in here for a reason.
It's because of that music, man. That music just gets me going.
Jives.
Jives. Kind of like drum and stuff like that. So, I was the original, man. You know, they used to write, they almost made Birdman 4 because of me. But, recognized at the Oscars and all, but my character, Michael Keaton, though, he wasn't recognized at all. Kind of bugs me, you know? It's just like, is it because I'm somebody? I used to be somebody. And just, now I'm nothing? What's up with that? Is it because I'm a comic book character? You know?
Dicks, I tell you.
Huh?
That's all it is.
Like, these people, they want to watch stuff like Boyhood.
It's the Academy.
That is
The Academy.
total crap.
Don't put any effort in. Just
Yeah.
videotape a boy. What?
No, it's just not cool.
Sorry, pedophilia has been on that for ages.
That's why Michael Jackson submissions for the Oscars never took a foothold.
No. We made like 1 billion worldwide and stuff. You know, when I was playing Birdman. And just, you know, it's like I'm larger than life. And you make people jump, laugh, hell, even shit their pants. All you gotta do, you know, things blowing up and stuff, you know. It's just, people just don't like that anymore. I don't understand why. Or just, the Oscars don't like that, you know.
You know,
I was the original.
Flatulence in a tuxedo is
Yeah.
hard to clean up.
Did you see the movie yet?
No.
My point exactly. Did you see the movie?
I'm going to get to it, Birdman. At some point, I'm going to.
Speaking of birds, talk about your legs, man. Little bird legs. You might as well just be my little sidekick. Dick. Tweety bird over there. Christ. Chicken Little almost. God damn.
Hey, they're going to build up.
Yeah. Anyway, though, well, so that's my banter. You know, just like Oscars,
Right.
total bunch of old crusty white guys, and just, you know, they just don't have respect for the suit. Is it the nose? Is it the goatee? I don't know.
The feathers kind of get everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
No? Nothing?
You know.
Nothing?
I voiced the opinion to Brian several times in regards to the old crusty people on the Academy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? My message to Brian is get out there and just do what you got to do. Just walk out in Times Square with you and your whitey tighties, and you're golden. It's all golden. All right. Time to get this show started.
This is the Bantering Bohs Show. Brian Thomas, the movie buff. From movie news and reviews to the most useless movie facts you don't need to know. Brian is the true connoisseur of Hollywood. Brad Beals, the video game guru. From the latest trending gaming reviews to highlights of the best games you're not playing. There's a reason we call him Game Genie. James Revere, the sports fanatic. From game recaps to stats to insight on the latest sports controversies. Move over, Bob Costas. JR will run you over. And now, here are your hosts, the Bohs.
Oh, you ever heard of the phrase crashed and burned? Well, that's what
Yes.
Birdman just did. He's never coming back, I can tell you that right now.
Dear.
Oh, well.
Was that fueled from this?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. Frickin' Stephen Hawkins. Hawkins. Anyway.
Curse that Hawkins.
Yeah. I got a message for him later. Welcome, everyone, to the Bantering Bohs Show, the show where we recap the latest news and hot topics in sports, video games, and movies, and then banter about them. Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank God. What a long
Salud.
week. Our show today is brought to you by the Bantering Bohs Amazon page. New this week on Amazon, Big Hero 6 and Whiplash, boys. Big Hero 6 is definitely a good one.
It's a good one.
Whiplash is one I definitely didn't have a chance to check out, but we'll talk more about that later. You can also, if movies are not your thing, pre-order Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah, buddy.
March is right around the corner.
There's a lot of games coming out in March.
And there's a lot of things coming out. That indeed. So, bottom line, if you really want to help support our show, then do all your shopping through the Bantering Bohs Amazon page. Just click on the Amazon banner at thebanteringbohs.com. It's so easy that Birdman can do it.
Now I just have one real question, because now that Michael Keaton's back in the picture, can
Yeah.
you finally get a Multiplicity 2? I'm just wondering.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. I believe that is on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably is, I wouldn't be surprised.
One of his
but-
most underrated movies, I think. I just
Settle for Beetlejuice too right now.
that's in the works too.
True,
But
yeah.
we don't want to go in the movie report just
I
yet.
know, just
anyway,
yet.
though.
Sorry, I had to. I was just holding it back.
No, it's all good points, Bradley. It's all good. It's all good fun. So,
Yeah.
how are you boys this week?
To bed, just trying to de-stress.
You survived some more snow.
Survive the snow and projects piling up. You know,
Snowed out. It's time to warm up.
to thaw out. If only.
Huh?
Time to
Oh
thaw
yeah.
out.
So in Baltimore area, and even those of you more up north, of course, we got more snow again this week. Of course, it only came over the weekend and a little bit this morning. When they showed shots of, like, I love what reporters do or the news in general. They go to a specific location where they have the most snow.
Exactly.
That's in the middle of nowhere. And then they just say, "Oh my God, it's snow! Everyone loses their minds."
And then you turn the camera around, and there's like nobody there.
Pretty
But
much.
there's like a highway right there.
Yeah.
It's
But
completely
they're in
plowed.
they're in the gas station parking lot. Now, this is what the side streets look like now, but if you turn to my
right. Completely plowed.
that looks clean. You can drive on that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyway, though.
Just give it an afternoon. It was cleaned up easily. Like, Jesus.
But anyway, though, yeah, lots and lots of news to get to. Oh yeah, this
yeah.
is from Birdman. Special request. You'll understand in a minute.
We were at a party. His earbud fell in the bay. Someone reached in and grabbed it. It was a rock lobster.
All right, enough of that S.
So
Okay,
bad.
It's so bad. We'll explain that later, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you that.
Going to hell in a handbasket.
Going to hell. Speaking of going to hell in a handbasket, JR, you got something to report over there.
Oh.
Nah.
How do you come back from that one?
I don't know.
I mean, there's
Start with do you want to start with O's tonight, or you want to start with Ravens? I'm sorry, I should have asked this. This is called No Show Prep, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously,
Do it live.
Now we'll go ahead and we'll start with those wonderful guys in the orange and black.
All right.
Because someone's got a big old foul case of butthurt syndrome going on, and his name's Nick Markakis.
Bradley. I was going to say it was like
Shut up. Hey.
He was walking funny, but I'm pretty sure that was a workout.
Yeah.
leg day, man. Yeah,
It was leg day.
Leg day with protein.
creatine,
Yeah, I need to.
get you some HGH
Protein. I mean, you just crack a bunch of eggs into a glass and you go to town.
Muscle milk, HGH, protein, power bar, Bradley Bills.
And then the stairs next day, at least a baker's dozen or so times. While carrying stuff, too. So yeah, that was.
So speaking of guys who get their swell on, JR.
So, but yeah,
I was talking about the baseball players, not Jay.
Okay, I
Well,
hope
JR.
so.
I am going back to the gym tomorrow, so I
All right,
will
I'm
get
done
my
with this
swole
show.
on.
I'm out tonight, totally.
Mic
that
drop.
Yeah, I'm out. Yep.
Markakis was...
My jokes were bad.
Markakis was quoted in USA Today basically saying the Orioles are a lying organization. Don't believe anything that they have said this offseason to make themselves look good. The only reason they didn't sign me was because of my neck.
Even to a guy like me, that's cold.
What's the problem?
Yeah. Sleep much?
Either someone comes out and says, hey guys, he's got a really bad neck. He probably shouldn't sign up. Or, we're just not comfortable giving that kind of a contract to an underperforming player.
Dun, dun, dun.
And every news person in the area said, reports are, including Ken Rosenthal, he's got a bulging disc in his neck, and he's going to get it surgically repaired. What the hell's the problem, man? I'm pretty sure it's the fact he realized that he's 32 years old.
And he can audition for the next Quasimodo sequel.
Yeah, if he gets a couple more surgeries, he probably look like it. Especially with that beard that he's got going on, too. But he's 32 years old. He signs a 4-year contract. Time is running out, especially now that he's having neck issues. He goes from the comfy, cozy, hitter-friendly park of Oriole Park to the pitcher's haven of Turner Field in Atlanta, where they've traded every discernible star known to man off of that roster. He's going to be rebuilding till he retires. I'd be butthurt, too.
Yeah.
So, basically, this isn't even a story anymore. So, to Nick, I say, good riddance.
Bloody idiot.
Walk on. And, don't let the... Don't let the Lord hit you with the good Lord split you. You blow it! Thank you, Rob. He always picks me up, good old Mr. De Niro. So anyway, that's the long and the short of it in Baltimore land there. Quick little hits for you football fans out there. Baltimore Ravens. Beloved kick returner and fan of strippers named Peaches who hit him over the head with a said goodbye.
Is this going to be police splatter?
Nah, tragically not.
Luckily.
Said goodbye to Jacoby Jones yesterday. Had they waited until June 1st, it would have saved them almost $7 million in cap space. But I think it's more of a, why don't you go ahead and go, see what you can get in the free agent market, maybe get worthwhile, but if nothing happens, come back and see us. We'll talk.
You had a good run during the Super Bowl, but after that, where were you?
Exactly. I mean, you're getting paid $4 or $5 million a year, and you can't even crack the starting 5 of the wide receivers.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay that kind of cash to a return guy. Not even a punter makes $4 million a year. You're not going to make that yourself. Yeah. So, you better step up your game. Just sorry to say. If not for the Mile High Miracle, probably don't even know his name. He may have even been released a couple years before.
True.
But needless to say, it's it's bittersweet. He was fun to watch, fun to listen to. Lord knows we're always going to remember when. I was wondering what the hell is going on, but he's going with this. Goodbye, Mr. Jones. We will always remember the Mile High Miracle. We will remember the kick return with Mike Tomlin doing the cha-cha slide. We will remember it all and remember you well. Just please don't go to Pittsburgh or we'll have to kill you. Yep. But anyway, moving on to other news and stories as well. The NFL draft, as I said, I'd keep focusing on other guys really quickly. Michigan standout wide receiver Devin Funchess. Kind of sounds like a potato chip brand. Hey, would you get the bag of Funchesses? I need a tasty Funchess.
I can tell you our Colorado and California listeners are loving you right now.
And Seattle.
Where are the Funches?
The Funches, man.
Oh, actually, the DC listeners now, too.
Hey!
All right. We'll get to that later. Where the hell did I put that joint? If you guys,
politicians are.
It's in the center console.
If you guys remember the catch, Odell Beckham Jr. for the Giants, the one-handed over the back in the end zone. Funchess has hands and leaping ability. I can't stop.
Funchess.
The Michigan kid I'm talking about.
Okay.
He likes it. Mikey, he likes it.
Mommy, where's the Funchesses? I'm hungry. He's got ups and that kind of leaping ability. There was a video not too long ago. ODB's on a basketball court. He's only 5'8" and he's jumping on an 8-foot rim, standing right below it. This kid's about 6'3", but he's practically putting his head through the board. He's jumping that high. He's got an insane vertical leap. He's got the size, got the stature. Only thing people kind of knock him on are his hands. Must have all that Funchess powder all over his hands. God, he's going to we draft him. I'm going to have material for days. Actually, probably years. But,
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
Funchess strikes again.
Funchess scores too. Ravens still lose, but we had fun doing it. So keep an eye out for that extremely enjoyable name. That's another one that could be on the radar when the Ravens draft.
Please.
Oh, it comes with a police blotter. Oh, God.
That would be...
You just punched up again.
Report live from...
I'll allow that one. And next in our police blotter, Ravens receiver Funches up big time.
Apparently at Scores nightclub.
He just funched the wrong girl.
He was not only with peaches and cream.
It was Funchess time.
This is just...
You're function hilarious, James. I got to tell you right now, man.
We're getting so function off track here. It's amazing. We have found our edit button for the F word. We just said funch.
Punch.
We are so we are so funched. It's crazy. So all right. Anyway, next order of business. All I can say is it's about funching time. This happens.
Yes.
Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Money Mayweather is going to happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
If this was 5 years ago, I would be so excited. You have no idea, but this is so irrelevant now because
Took forever to happen.
I think Pacquiao has gone on to become, I don't know, an ordained minister in whatever country he is.
Seriously. Oh, God.
Mayweather's been arrested more times for tax fraud and evasion in the last 3 years.
Getting some tips from Wesley Snipes.
Always bet on black. But it's something.
There it
Wes.
is.
It's something that boxing needs because I'm sorry, since Mike Tyson and Holyfield and all them left, boxing has been dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got this one schmuck who's wiping his ass with hundreds and hanging out with Justin Bieber, who, by the way, is supposedly going to be one of the undercard bouts on that bill.
What?
I crap you not. While Mayweather is training,
Oh, my God.
Justin Bieber has been training alongside of him to potentially make his debut in the boxing ring.
Oh my God! Somebody, you know what? Let him. No, that's just
No,
let
it happen.
Yeah,
Yes.
let it happen.
Let
You
it
know what?
happen.
Yeah.
Somebody
Is going to punch him out.
You just got knocked the punch out.
God bless that man.
Thank you, and punch us we trust.
Dude, we already have a jersey for you, and you've already got a fan club. 3 strong and counting. Funchess to Baltimore.
I'm gonna go make it up anyway.
I don't care.
So, but I'm actually gonna get this fight anyway. If you gentlemen care to watch the fight as well, we'll
Absolutely.
All right, yeah.
No, look a good run.
because
I'm there.
I've wanted to see this for so long because Mayweather fights a bunch of scrubs. It's like he walks out on the street. Hey man, you want to make 25 mil? Let me kick your ass for 5 rounds.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I'm not going to pay taxes though. Talk to my lawyer. I'm not going to pay. Okay.
Then they finally get the actual fight. It's like go up
yeah.
against the title matches. Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
Never send a boy to do a man's job.
Should have happened 5 years ago. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They were actually both good right then. And last but not least, a wonderful surprise in College Park 2 nights ago. 5th-ranked Wisconsin comes in boasting one of the best defenses in all of NCAA tournament action. Maryland Terrapins, 14th ranked, come away with the upset victory and beat Wisconsin 59-53. I will try to find the video of the very delightful flash mob that the Terrapin crowd pulled off during a TV timeout.
nice.
If not for Des Wells, however, they would have been absolutely skull-dragged. He scores 26 of the 59 points. Add another 16 from Melo Tremble, and without those 2 guys, it would have looked like a Pop Warner basketball game. Can't say enough about these guys. I don't even know the first thing about basketball or any of the rules, but I'm actually enjoying watching them play because
there's nothing else to watch.
they're doing good.
All you know is the guy gets knocked down, somebody puts their hands up. I didn't do it. There's a foul in there somewhere.
I mean, it's either watch basketball or a bunch of guys in baseball jerseys just.
I think basketball is more fun to watch.
It's more uplifting and entertaining. Obviously,
going to the game is the best experience, or a really good experience.
Oh yeah, we get the crowd in there, especially.
Absolutely, especially when you get over there with the Terps fans. As long as they're not burning anything that night, then
it was getting scary because a lot of them rushed onto the court.
Oh,
actually, you know what?
No.
How do you guys feel about that?
Rushing onto the court?
No.
I've actually had a couple back in like college days. Had to work like one of those events. I think it was the Terrapin game. Actually, I wasn't there, but a couple of the other fraternity guys were at the Maryland Terps game at the football game, and having to be one of these sideline people that would just watch the crowd, make sure nothing happens, and having to be at the end of the game. They have like one of you stand in front of that gate and just say like, "Make sure no one gets past this." You're just setting one guy up there to block. Basically, almost about 100, 200 people are about to run the field. You're going to let them go.
Yeah.
You guys aren't paying for my courses. I quit.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, if you want to rush the field, fine. Just don't be an ass.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, don't be a jerk. Like, don't go in there and, be cool and all and celebrate, but don't be a jerk and start trampling people or
What is
something
the
like
purpose in, like, doing all that outrage or whatever? Just I never understood it. Is it because I didn't go to a big school? We only had a girls basketball team. I don't know. No offense, ladies.
I've never really had the urge to set a car or a couch on fire in celebration.
No.
Even when the Ravens went to were going to the Super Bowl,
yeah,
that happened again in
Fells Point
Baltimore. Remember? Yeah, we were there when it happened.
I think it was crowded, but there was. Cop cars weren't getting flipped over.
No.
I mean, even though the riot, cops were out there, they were out there on top of they're not Clydesdale. Do they have when they're right through? Close to agreed. Yeah, they're out there in the horses because what's going to get through a crowd? Horses actually down there. So, but that's all just for safety purposes because just to make sure, hey, make sure you guys don't get out of control and just be safe. You can celebrate, just don't be an idiot.
Hey, you wet your ass.
That's fun to you.
Going out of there, man. Quit funching around. But I'm kind of with you on that one. I mean, it's like if Maryland was unranked and this wasn't supposed to happen, I could understand it even more.
Right, but it's like
this was just more or less we're really good, but we beat an even better team.
Exactly.
We haven't done much yet. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Another example I want to bring up from my fraternity days. We did these like recgame scenarios we'd have to do about like in every springtime we'd have like competition. One of the outdoor activities we do was the human pyramid. So eventually everybody had to get up on the pyramid and then take their flag and kind of pass it around to each person that was on the pyramid and to make sure to the top guy would win. There was one fraternity that really wanted to get it done. They were practicing so hard and everyone else was like, we're opting out. We don't want to do it. We'll just get our points and, walk off, and we don't really do it because they're just trying too hard. So we were just like casually just like, you know what, screw it. We'll do it. We'll get a little bit more points. Why don't we do it? We end up beating them without even trying after them seeing like trying. And we were just like so hyped that we just like turned to one of our guys who was a referee and just dive tackled him. So it's one of those moments where it's just like, wow, these guys try hard and they're like apparently better than us, but we just come out of there and beat, guys that are better than us. It's just in that moment, that hype. So I can understand, especially if it's like, hey, we're a good team, but we just beat a better team. How else are you going to express yourself? But burning couches and flipping over cars, I don't get that at all. So going
Not
out
to
there
sound
just like
old, but it's immature.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the field there, jumping up and down in celebration with your team because they just beat, ranked team.
We're so happy. Let's get in a fight.
Perfectly logic, no.
So is the logic of a 21-year-old on acid, LSD, and some form of alcohol for the last 8 hours of a game.
Yeah,
Sounds like your typical Saturday night, man.
How'd you know?
Huh? I didn't say yours. I meant just in general.
Oh, well, Shh, don't tell anyone. But, enough funching around as we've come to coin a phrase on that one. We'll just
be going throughout the night.
throw it right on to Brad and his stellar video game news.
Yes.
What was that?
Game Genie.
There it is. Start. The 4 minutes. Start. There's good and bad news, unfortunately, I have to go through. But
Go through the bad news.
We'll go through the bad. All right, bad news. Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC is being delayed again until April 14th. But the upside of it is that with the long-awaited heist missions going into Grand Theft Auto Online version of it is going to be available on March 10th. That's what they're looking to be available for that. So finally, you and your buddies. It's not too far, but at least they actually, took them a while to finally get it implemented. I guess they want to get some bugs, sorted and polishing up. So the mission level where your buddies can team together and complete missions to do one giant heist for a big payout in the Grand Theft Auto Online will be available on March 10th. Again, PC, they really want to iron down some issues and basically want to polish up the game, make sure it's all perfect. So unfortunately, I have to wait another month for it, but don't worry. They're going to give you some more in-game cash for online for waiting so long and being patient. So again, if you're impatient, you can buy it also on the other consoles because it's out there. So
They can have my copy, actually.
yeah, probably. But on interesting news, especially out there, the upcoming Batman Arkham Knight has gotten the M rating by the ESRB, apparently.
I'm sorry. Can I give it the ding?
You can give it the ding. Because I know you're happy because you're like, all right, this opens up a lot of
I just want the
possibilities.
game.
You want the game, I know.
I don't care. You can rate it, well.
Well, I know. Rating makes it interesting because people are wondering, it's like, okay, now you're making it, of course, in the U.S. and North American countries, M rating means 17 plus. You have to have, permission to have to be of that age. Especially stores will ask, age verification depending on what you walk into, which can hurt sales, especially. But that also opens up the possibility with your story and everything like that, which, by the sound of it, they weren't actually going for this, but apparently there's enough content in there that causes it to be that. A darker Batman, I'm totally down for.
It's going to be darker and grittier.
Exactly. And with the actual good Batman voice.
It's much grittier. They're going to need sandpaper with it.
They could use that to say a couple
Bradley's going to need it as soon as he starts playing that game.
Jesus. Well, if you see Harley...
Down, boy.
You see Harley Quinn, I mean, come on.
What do you mean, Mr. J?
Actually, well, if you know, he's no longer there if you play the Batman games. But you never played, sorry. Spoiler. Yeah. But on other good news, we finally have a release date for Hotline Miami 2. It is coming out on PC and PlayStation on March 10th as well. Pre-orders up there right now for on PC as well. I can't remember if PlayStation's up there as well, but looking for there. Again, this is the top-down perspective game.
Can you buy it on a...
Probably PlayStation Vita, PlayStation Network.
No, well, okay, that's cool.
Okay.
But can you buy it on a certain website, though?
I would not be surprised if, especially the if Amazon would have it as a PC download. So yeah, probably check on there as well.
BanteringBohs.com, Amazon.
Hey, look, I'm not the one who writes it. You're the one who does. You're the good one with the shameless plugs. I'm good with the transitions. Let's be honest.
Sure. Okay. I write the crap. You give the good stories. Okay.
I try. What can I say? I work to my advantages. Speaking of advantages, EA Access members are apparently getting Battlefield Hardline.
Son of a bitch has to do it again. No.
Mic drop.
No.
Done.
No.
What?
You're doing transitions.
Yeah, it worked.
In the middle of your own segment? Really?
Yeah, I'm getting off yours. I'm going on to this. We're going back to the material.
Go.
So EA Access members are getting Battlefield Hardline on March 17th, which is apparently 5 days before the actual game release. So if you are a member of that, do realize you can get that game a little bit earlier, which is surprising. But again, EA is trying to keep people more into that. And on to good news actually out there. Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. It's a suppository. Futurama jokes. Moving on. Turn 10, the guys who make the Forza games are going to be doing a tie-in with the upcoming Furious 7 game. Furious 7 movie.
Oh, okay.
Some of that footage.
The upcoming Forza Horizon 2 Presents Fast and Furious is a standalone expansion for both Xbox 360 and Xbox One, which will be available on March 27th. It is free from March 27th till April 10th. After that, you have to pay the additional $10 for the game.
Shut up and don't take my money because it's free.
Yep, basically.
Yeah.
So good news for you guys, especially because I told you there's a free game in there.
We have to get the game, though, first, right?
It is a standalone expansion, so you do not need...
I don't have to have Forza.
You don't need Forza Horizon 2. You just download it straight from the network. Apparently, so far they've announced that there's a list of 11 cars being showcased in the game. Of course, for a $10 game. Most of them going to be most of the cars that you've seen throughout the Fast and Furious.
Gotta have the
series.
Charger, point blank.
That's the first one they show off in there.
Yeah.
So
It is
Charger's
in there.
Nice. So do look for that as well. On interesting news, apparently, of games coming back from the dead. Are you ready for another Guitar Hero?
Actually, I'll be honest, I kind of wouldn't mind a next-gen console version.
Well, apparently...
Never played it, so.
Apparently, Activision is looking to bring it back, apparently, with the Guitar Hero franchise, with rumors going around. And there's also speculation that also Rock Band might be making another installment as well. So, again, I'm not surprised with Activision being, hey, let's bring back a franchise that we milked the hell out of on a yearly basis.
Yeah, once we had Aerosmith and Green Day Guitar Hero, I was like, okay.
When was the last time they had a Rock Band?
It was a Rock Band...
Was there a Beatles version in there?
There was a Beatles version.
Okay.
No, that was Rock Band. Guitar Hero or Rock Band, I can't remember which one. I think it was Rock Band Blitz was probably the last installment of the musical rhythm game genre, which was a DS version of the game. They actually had a peripheral that you plugged into it to actually have the guitar buttons to it. That was probably the last installment of the rhythm game genre, shall we say. But then again, I'm not surprised with yearly installment games coming back because of, how many times they've tried to bring back Tony Hawk, and apparently there's another one coming around the corner too. Yeah.
I remember you talking about that before too.
Yeah, well, they were doing the mobile game, but apparently Tony Hawk did something around Valentine's Day with a poem that kind of hinted at there was going to be another one as well. So, just sometimes let it go. You had a run. And then you milked it. Yeah, thank you. Why? Yeah, indeed. But you may have to have that queued up again because on my last bit of news I want to touch here. In case of most random and obscure amounts of money you think your customers have and going on the most premises of ridiculous guff that they want to shove down our throats, the UK DylingLight Special Edition that's apparently coming out is only available to one person because who the hell would ever spend this amount for it? Now, of course, DylingLight is the open world zombie game from Techland, the guys who made Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. And I remember, if we remember back 2 years ago in 2013 when Dead Island Riptide came out, there was that ridiculous special edition that included the severed female torso that was bikini clad. I remember talking about that. It was banned in Australia, but the UK could still get it. I'll bring up the picture at some point, show you again. I think this is one of our first episodes we did.
You have my permission during my movie segment to talk about
to bring it up. Sure, I'll bring it up for you. But going on the terms of crazy, absurd special editions, this special edition UK version of DylingLight that's going to be coming out because they're getting the game 2 weeks later will cost roughly, according to British pounds, and I'm not joking, 250,000 British pounds, which roughly equates to $387,000, just under $400,000 for a special edition of DylingLight.
Why?
Thank you.
What the fudge?
Shall I go down the list of what's included in the special edition?
What's included in that wallet raping?
Included in this, you get a custom-built zombie-proof shelter, an actual physical building shelter, like in DylingLight. Parkour lessons provided by Amp Sound. Your face put into the actual game itself as one of the volatile nightmare creatures you see at night. A life-size model statue of one of the volatile creatures. Yeah,
okay.
to ward off apparently zombies, as they say in the quote, or pedestrians or people you want. So yes, a life-size, 7 foot, 6 foot tall, one of those things.
Work up a pulley system to answer the front door when salespeople or Jehovah's Witnesses come by. Hi, have you found Jesus?
4 Xbox One signed copies of the game, 2 Razer Dynamite headsets. Those are brand new ones as well. Night vision goggles plus adult diapers because of how scary the game is at night. Yeah, need I say more on that? And finally, a round trip to Techland Studios in Poland, where you get to play a rigged game with the game devs and basically win that so you can, brag about it to your friends, as they say, and also party with the zombie ambassador Steve, which I guess is just some guy they dress up in the office and say, "Hey, here's our studio.
Hey, it's Steve.
Hey,
It's that scuba guy.
scuba Steve." Yeah, apparently he's a zombie now. Who knew? I mean, it's been 2 times. But again, they're only giving out apparently one of this. But for love of God, why?
I mean, I wouldn't mind parkour lessons, but I'm not paying that much for it.
No.
Yeah,
$387,000. I'm sorry, I was
for
off by
one
17,000.
game. Yeah, for one game, you're going to spend for this. Again, this is available to the UK listeners out there. And one lucky person who wants to spend that amount of money. But let's be honest, I could probably use it for a little bit more other things than just buying one game. I could buy a good chunk of other ones as well. But Jesus Christ and a cracker. But I don't know where to go on this one, especially with the... Just kill me now. I mean, like, what's so hard with just making just like... If you went to a special edition, what's so hard with just like... I don't care. Give me like a soundtrack, a art book. Sometimes
we'll take it from Forza, where they do a special edition Fast and Furious.
No. They're making a tie-in for that game, but it's not a special edition. It's just
whatever.
Standalone expansion. But yeah, sometimes you're just like, come on, guys. Like, out of all the crud you put out there, I know there's crazy stuff out there, and let's be honest, the video game industry is not the only one that does this kind of crap. I mean, let's be honest. You know some crazy stuff the movie industry has done. You could tell me that, can't you?
Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think what they've done. I got nothing right now. Really? No.
I know they've done some stuff crazy.
I'm sure they have done stuff, training raptors and putting Chris Pine on a bike. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, there's something else they may know me by.
Star-Lord?
Raptor bait.
Who?
Raptor bait.
Oh my god.
No, it's going a little extreme there, Bradley. It really is. Yeah.
I know. It's to the extreme. I seriously want to know what the hell the PR company over at Techland has been smoking to make these
some of his own product, obviously. Yeah.
Apparently, it's like, dude, I got an idea.
Now, are there anybody? Would anybody actually do this? Would anybody buy this?
If I had won that last Powerball for $550 million, I'd
like if it's available, someone probably would buy it, and they would post it. I mean,
if you can afford it, then sure, why not?
Sure, exactly. I mean, people do buy the special editions of like crazy stuff that'll be like, okay, I'm going to spend basically 3 times the amount of a game, but probably get maybe 5 hours added to it. But I have this giant statue. And I'm going to sell back on eBay for double the price.
It's like when Turtle bought the Fukuyamas for $15,000, because they were just like the special edition Nike shoe. Oh, yeah. It's like, you're actually going to wear this.
No, you just leave that.
He's not,
Which is, I know a lot of special editions, they'll put in those figurines and statue, but...
It's like, how much would you pay for a Stormtrooper costume, that was used in Star Wars?
That was actually used for that, a film clip that's just one splice of the actual film reel itself.
Yeah.
Actually, there's some pretty good ones I remember a couple Comic-Cons going to. But yeah, the costume itself and stuff. Didn't some people actually have the Lost in Space, like actual robots sometimes? And
possibly. All right, I would pay that kind of money, dead serious, if I could really afford it for like the Knight Rider car. Okay.
Yeah, some people would pay that. That would actually
somebody would pay that for the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
True.
The
they actually did
Ecto 1.
And then they did
Michael,
release.
would you like me to? No, get out of here, kid.
And then they did release the Nike shoes.
I need you, buddy.
Look, a convenient place bridge. Speaking of conveniently placed bridges, Kate, can you help us out with the movie section there?
I was getting scared, dude.
I was running that one out for a while.
You're like, okay. I was like, okay, he's building.
Yeah.
He's building. But then Brown's like, not today.
Yeah, he shot me down a couple times. Damn it.
He had a couple. He had a perfect transition, but that was like 10
that was early.
That was 10 minutes ago, but it's okay.
The movie, I know.
What happened?
Hey, what happened?
Because Brian wanted to kill it. He didn't want to have fun.
Huh?
I want
want to have fun. Absolutely. I want to have lots of fun. We have 35 minutes left of fun unless you can find a wild card in the meantime. So here we go.
That Power Rangers, I tell you.
Yeah, well,
Actually,
we'll save that. We'll save
copyrights.
That. Let's save that for the wild card.
That is.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great wild card. Anywho, though, boys, what a week in Hollywood. Okay.
Yep.
Now there's stuff I'm going to talk about tonight. Warning to you and the audience. Part of this, a lot of people are going to love.
I'm going to hate.
Other people might hate, or vice versa. I have no idea. But I'll make it as interesting for those of you that do care about this as possible. For the true movie lover out there,
that's still listening up to this point.
You're going to love this, okay? Yeah, and for anybody else who just, thanks.
It's already tuned out, damn it.
Yeah, thanks to, well, I can't say his name on here, but anyway, thanks, buddy. You know who you are. Yeah. Anywho, let's talk about the box office report. So, any ideas what came in first place?
Let's see, what's out there now?
Yeah, well,
Kingsman, no.
Do you want a hint?
It ain't 50 Shades, I can tell you that much.
Oh, really?
You think that's what it was? No. What's out there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's still going?
Oh. Down, Dakota, down.
Oh, my.
Shut up.
New term to stallion.
That was Christian. Okay. Let's get into it. 50 Shades of Grey came in this weekend at $23.2 million, bringing it all the way up to $130 million and climbing. Now, it took a pretty big steep
Oh, it took a big one, all right. It took a big one.
All the way up.
Yeah, it kind of just dropped a little bit. And
it went way down.
Yeah.
What happened? Your balls drop off?
Pretty much, yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
because they found it.
Word of mouth happened with this movie, and everybody went out during Valentine's weekend, and the ladies got their whatever that was, and
Oh, this is awful.
this is like being with Billy. Oh my god!
Functionist strikes again.
Oh, my dreams are funged.
Yeah. It just got funked up. Anywho, though, so Kingsman ended up coming in at $17.5 million.
Don't need to see it.
I proved that
With
message.
a total of $67.1 million. JR, we might ask you for a quick review on that in a second here. Actually, you know what? Go for it right now. What do you got?
I walked in kind of
Low
tentative
expectations.
because I'm like, this has the chance to be so insanely over the top, cheesy, retarded, awful.
Yeah.
But low expectations. Samuel L. Jackson with a speech impediment, a hot chick with prosthetic legs that double as stabbing weapons,
Nice.
Mr. Darcy, a.k.a. Colin Firth, kicking some Major League ass and looking very suave while he does it. I give it a solid 4.
Nice.
Brilliant.
All right, well. Anyway, moving on. Number 3, SpongeBob is still holding in there strong. Bringing in $15 million and a total of $125 million.
Bless your putrid feet, Sponge.
Not so bad for February, all things
That's
considered.
true, yeah.
So, gentlemen, guess what? It's time for your favorite thing in the world.
Functionist is coming to Baltimore?
Huh? No, it's not that. No.
The Oscars wrap up because that means it's over for a year.
Oh, thank God!
Well, what is it about you boys? I just don't get it. I really don't.
An entire
Yeah.
award ceremony dedicated to people who do an activity that you did back in kindergarten. They made a living out of playing pretend.
The kid who was playing the pretend doctor.
You know what this needs? Flash jump. Can you guys help me down? I'm stuck.
All right. Let's get this out of the way here. Those are not spirit fingers. Yeah. All right. So let's go with the stuff that you guys do care about. Once again, visual effects. It was all recorded what I said, and I still stood by it this time. Maybe aside from one, but it was last minute, change up. Anyway, son of a bitch. All right, visual effects. I predicted Interstellar. Interstellar ended up winning. Now, I wanted Guardians, but a lot of people were still hoping for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and well, It didn't happen, and I'm sorry to anybody who thought that Interstellar was just like, well, it's just because Christopher Nolan. No, really, it had some really good visual effects in there. It was out in theaters again over the weekend. It might be out there again, but it's going to be out in another week. So if you can find it in theaters still, I encourage you to see it, just because of
IMAX.
Yeah.
because of the experience itself. I mean, it's a 3-hour movie, but I mean, overall, visually, while the story isn't the best, and it's going to have like a lot of plot holes, well, it's still worth it.
Avatar.
All right, so let's go into Best Adapted Screenplay. I guessed Theory of Everything. I was wrong. That's okay. The Imitation Game ended up winning that. Let's see here. Best Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay is Birdman. Gotta do that every time.
Birdman, get in here.
Birdman, get in here. Yes. I ended up guessing original screenplay was Birdman, and damned if I wasn't right. Best Supporting Actress ended up being Patricia Arquette. I picked Patricia Arquette.
Yes,
Shocker. Yeah, she didn't deserve it, though. But luckily, Meryl Streep didn't win. But of
Oh,
course,
thank God.
of course, bitch was there, and, she's just, all her glory, just like...
She
Look at
actually
me.
got 4 Oscars just for walking in.
Yeah. No, those were nominations.
What are those categories you won for? I don't even know. They just gave them to me in the gift bag.
Miss Streep, you're not a you're not a screenwriter. You can't do that. And best makeup, though, you might win in that category for that face. God damn.
That's not fooling anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Best horror story.
Oh, speaking of American Horror Story.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so mean. Okay. All right. Best Supporting Actor. I guess J.K. Simmons ended up being J.K. Simmons. Luckily. Okay. Whiplash is actually out right now. It's on iTunes for $5.99 to rent, or you can go to the Bantering Bohs web page and click the Amazon banner.
Oh.
And buy it on there. Best Actress. We wanted Rosamund Pike. Well, I know you technically. Well, you didn't see it. You didn't see any of these movies aside from
not yet.
maybe one.
We definitely want a Rosamund Pike.
We wanted Rosamund Pike. That's okay. Julianne Moore took it home. Still Alice. It is what it is. I mean, I think she's a great actress. I mean, I'm not.
She's been there before, though. Rosamund Pike.
She's never.
did a-
Yeah. Well, that.
She went from Shaun of the Dead level movies to that.
That's true.
Come on.
Yes. Julianne Moore. She's never won before. She's had some nominations, so this is her first
I think
win.
the only thing that would have saved Rosamund Pike is if instead of Doogie Howser, she actually had to have sex with Billy Bob Thornton, then she would have gotten the Oscar. That's why they gave it to Halle Berry. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
But did you see the scene? That was great acting. That's great acting.
Great acting every time I watched it.
Okay. All right. Best Actor.
Clean up afterwards.
We wanted Michael Keaton, and I called this last minute. I said, you know what? Instead of me predicting Eddie Redmayne, I'm going to say I'm going with Michael Keaton. Okay. It ended up being Eddie Redmayne. Okay. He was my number 2 pick in reality.
I had that peg for 3 months.
Yes. Yeah, you called that one correctly, sir. Yeah, I did get a chance to watch Theory of Everything, and I did get a chance to watch Imitation Game. Both great movies. Theory of Everything was kind of, I don't know, it was a good movie. Maybe it was just my mood at the time or whatever, but it was just kind of slow.
Oh, it was completely slow.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Both of them were based on, actual events that happened. I think, I don't know, just seeing what Eddie Redmayne did in that, just how he played Stephen Hawking and just, near the end of how he did it. Just, I don't know. Just, you got to see that movie. Sometimes with movies, though, we have to remember this, though, that especially when it comes to Oscars, they're supposed to be the best movies of the year. Okay. Right. But when it comes to like acting, the movie itself might not be the best.
But the actor itself.
But the actor, for their performance. Now, granted, this guy was just in the new Wachowski movie, Jupiter Ascending. Okay. Same with Julianne Moore. She was in Seventh Son. That's not saying a lot about that either, though, okay? But it's just saying, though, that they put that good of a performance, and, they should be,
commended.
Yeah, exactly. So while Michael Keaton, deep down as a Batman fan, and just, because he's done some really good movies, he's Beetlejuice, he's been in Multiplicity, he was Mr. Mom. I really wanted him, and, will he ever get a chance again? I don't know. I think that was his role or whatever. Now, the interesting part about Birdman is that role was not written for him.
Really?
Yes, that's what made it so interesting. It was just a random part written, and that he got cast for it.
It was originally going to be for Michael Caine. He's in everything.
Yeah. Well, we didn't say Christopher Nolan on it, so yeah. Just saying. All right, so as we wrap this up here, the best picture, okay, for 2015. Are you ready for this one?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hold on to your butts.
It wasn't Boyhood.
Thank God.
Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, best director, Alejandro González Iñárritu.
Hey, you got it right.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Did Chrissy help you out with that one?
Huh?
They did homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's the director of Birdman that won that.
Yes.
Birdman was the clear winner of the year, obviously. But what made it even more the clear winner of the year was when Sean Penn came up on stage and said, "Hey, you better check this guy's green card because Birdman is the winner." Yeah, Alejandro is Mexican, but apparently he's good friends with Sean Penn. Anyway, Birdman is the winner of the year. That is your 2015 Oscar report. There wasn't a lot of surprises that happened with the Oscars. I mean, I'm not going to go back and Monday morning quarterback that whole show. I will say some standout things. The Lady Gaga performance.
She killed.
Damn, what a great... Wow. I mean,
I can't stand that movie. It makes me want to punch baby seals. But she blew the roof off of that building.
who would have thought, though, when she came in, she was dressed like she was like I don't even know what.
Fine. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was whatever. But when she came on stage and she had her gray Arnold Schwarzenegger long hair and the silver dress, I mean, she just was like, wow, is this the same Lady Gaga? I was like, are they doing something to her voice?
She walked into the building with red gloves on because she was about to kill it.
I thought she was going to do Rock Lobster. Nothing? No? Okay. Oh, well. But, yeah. So, as speaking we'll finish it up with that instead. Anyway, though, so with the Oscars, Neil Patrick Harris, I like the guy a lot. I think he's good. It was kind of, his hosting was just, it was more the writing, I think, of what happened. Had they had this on there,
Bring back Seth MacFarlane.
if they would have had just say Stephen Hawking's for Birdman, or something like that, I think that would have been much more fun. His whole reveal, it said, "Oh, I guessed all the Oscar winners or whatever." Pretty much what I just did, but he just made it more like
Cliche.
Yeah. It was what it is. So, I was going to go in the Razzies here, but you know what? For time purposes, we'll just post these on the Instagram anyway, though. So, one thing I definitely wanted to talk about here was with the Oscars when they came out, and Neil Patrick Harris, your girl from whatchamacallit, Pitch Perfect. Anna Kendrick was out there too. And all of a sudden Jack Black comes in during there, and he said he was portraying superheroes as a blight on the industry. He was singing, "Opening with lots of zeros, all we get are superheroes. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Jedi Man, Sequel Man, Prequel Man, formulaic scripts." And about a day earlier, you guys don't know the name Dan Gilroy, but you do know the movie Nightcrawler, okay, which was definitely robbed, by the way, of the Oscars. Totally. I mean, it was nominated for Best Original Screenplay, which it definitely damn well deserved, to say the least. Yeah. He ended up saying that it was a blast of tsunami superhero movies that have been hitting the industry, or whatever. So in other words, we have all this hate on superhero movies, but, au contraire, guess who comes to the rescue? James Gunn. So, James Gunn, as you know, likes to be very vocal about what he likes to talk about, especially when it comes to superhero movies. The guy's very compassionate, and like I said before, I mean, he's got one big movie under his belt. And it was a great movie, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Easily a 4.5 out of 5, Bose certified, go see Guardians of the Galaxy. He's got other indie movies in there, but what he's kind of going with and saying is just like, hey, wait a minute, just because just because I make all these popcorn flicks doesn't mean that I don't put heart into my movies, whatever, though, too. So he went in and said, what bothers me slightly is that many people assume because you make big films that you put less love, care, and thought into them than people do make independent films or who make considered more serious Hollywood films. And he was taking to Facebook on here, and he was even ripping into Dan Gilroy's wife, Renee Russo. Renee Russo, who was also in Nightcrawler, was also appeared in 2 Thor films. And he continued saying, if you think people who make superhero movies are dumb, come out and say we're dumb. But if you, as an independent filmmaker, are a serious filmmaker, think you put more love into characters than Russo brothers do Captain America or Joss Whedon does the Hulk, or do I, a talking raccoon, you are simply mistaken. So, and it is true, you guys are, we know where I fall when it comes to movies. We know that you guys aren't as big about the independent movies. I mean, you might be a little bit more just because you did like movies like Nightcrawler, which is an indie. You liked.
I'll be open.
You like the theory of everything overall. Gone Girl isn't an indie. That's a big budget movie. So much. Now I don't know where you fall with indie movies so much.
I mean, I'm open to the idea.
Right.
It's just I never get around chance to see them or even know about them. So,
but usually you will go out. You would, and I'm not saying this is an insult, but you guys will go out of your way to go see a big summer blockbuster movie, as opposed to saying, "Hey, I'll go spend some money on some movie that has, it's not such a big, everything blowing up or." Tyrannosaurs, whatever, raptors.
As long as it's got a good
else.
story and good characters in there, and it's entertaining in that respect. Yeah,
right.
Do I need to have my summer blockbuster movies all the time? No, there's good. That's why you have variety. That's
right.
the best thing.
Well, that's the great thing about movies is there's so many different kind of movies out there, and now with superhero movies, there's different genres of superhero movies, and we have Marvel to thank for that, luckily. Yeah. And we can say Dark Knight in there just because the type of superhero movies that are out there. Because
I'm actually insulted because of all the things that I talk about in my video game section. I even point out the indie guys. And you're saying you give no love to the indies?
To the movies, that is.
True, but come on.
Okay, little
come on.
First, I just told Jack Black to go sit on it and rotate. The last thing he did was Tenacious D Pick of Destiny, for God's sakes.
Oh, actually, the next thing he's going to do is Goosebumps. Yeah, pretty much.
Shut your mouth.
What?
Yeah.
Based on the books I remember reading in third grade?
He's going to be the actual writer in there, if you can believe that.
Just because
he has
none of your
no
movies
room
have
to
been
talk.
nominated about anything and you do nothing but crap does not mean you have any right to pull any of the big budget blockbusters through the dirt.
I didn't know he was still alive. I thought Kevin Gass ate him. I just
NKG.
Yikes. Anyway, so hats off to James Gunn for sticking up for everybody. Like I said, he's done independent movies. He's done big budget movies. Joss Whedon's the same way. Christopher Nolan's the same way, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you make that one big movie, of course you're going to be able to get a little bit more studio backing and be able to get that kind of money.
Like, oh, this guy made money. Let's get him on our side.
All hail the gun, man.
Yes. Anyway, moving on here. A little bit more comic book stuff here. X-Men news for you guys. A British newcomer, Ben Hardy, has actually landed a role in the 20th Century Fox X-Men Apocalypse. We don't know who he's going to play, bottom line, unfortunately, though. He's going to play some kind of mystery role, but he's going to have a big part and significant part in the X-Men universe. Movie comes out next May 27th, 2016. Excuse me. Anyway, he's best known for being in the BBC soap EastEnders. Don't know too much about that.
No, my mom
but
watches it.
I'm not exactly sure what he could play. There's rumors that he could be playing Archangel in there. I don't know. I mean, we had a portrayal of Angel in X3, but
I think he did have a prominent part in the Apocalypse series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think of roles that he could play, and he filled in Nightcrawler, so that takes care of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to get a new Colossus, but I don't know. It depends, though, too. I have no idea. We'll see. Other stuff here. We found word, according to Deadline anyway, Wonder Woman will start filming this fall.
Finally.
Yeah. No details on the project for service, but we do know that Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones director Michelle MacLaren will help. She's actually going to be helming and directing the comic book film, one of 6 scripts being penned by 6 different writers.
Do that justice. Wonder Woman deserves, especially some justice.
This is going to play a huge part for female superhero movies.
Seriously.
There's a lot riding on this. It's not just because it's Wonder Woman, because she is one of the most iconic female superheroes.
Because it's just a household name, and then from there, how can you do... how do you have, that being the lead star, and how do you have a whole film that can branch off of just that character alone, and how that can equate to other ones, especially down the line?
They need to make Marvel step back and go, dude, we better do something with Captain Marvel good. 'Cause
Well, that too, but
Who do we have
you know,
in Marvel's female and strong?
A lot of people say that Marvel and DC are just like,
Battling each other.
battling it out, though, too. But in the end, though, you really think about they almost want this movie to do good, though, too, because if people actually go to see a female superhero, which, we got to get out of this sexist, mentality, too. But it is all male superheroes. The females have always come second, Here's to Hillary Clinton. Just kidding. Anyway,
Jag on.
No, in all seriousness, though, Marvel wants this movie to possibly do good. They're not going to come out and say it, though, too. But in order for Captain Marvel, who is, a lesser-known female superhero, they need something like this to do good. They're like, okay, well, if Wonder Woman, people are going to go shell out the money to go see a female superhero, and it ends up being good, then we can do the same and maybe put our own little Marvel spin on it, too.
Right.
So, it's the ball's right now in WB's court. So, hopefully they get this right. With only one movie under their belt with this, new DC universe, we can only hope and pray that they get this right. So going back to the whole Indiana Jones thing, speaking of Star-Lord, there's talks right now that Steven Spielberg wants to actually come back and direct an Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, Lord.
I wanted your guys' thoughts on this. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but my thought on this is, at least, though, if Spielberg, you do some damn good movies. Okay, I'd rather you go get Daniel Day-Lewis and have him do his impression of Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. The more I think about that, I think that would be more fun.
He would probably actually marry Callista Flockhart in Utah and get his ear pierced, and then break his ankle like he's filming Star Wars just to prep for this. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal, though. As long as George Lucas has nothing to do with writing it, then I'm all in.
Yeah.
Because there was talks, or this actually did happen. Frank Darabont, who did Shawshank Redemption, okay, and he created The Walking Dead. He wrote a script for Indiana Jones, which was supposed to be the Crystal Skull, okay? He apparently, because George Lucas didn't like the script, and Steven Spielberg listened to him, they got rid of Frank Darabont's script, maybe took a few parts of it, and then, you have the Crystal Skull, big steaming pile of cow dung.
Nuke in the fridge.
Yeah. Now, what say you guys if Spielberg decides to come back? Is this his redemption movie to get,
How many redemption movies has he tried to go through? Let's be honest.
Depends on who's writing it.
Spielberg can still direct a good movie.
Do it. It just comes down to
he's
the writing.
He's one of the top 5 directors of our generation, or of our time, almost, too.
Kubrick.
He can do whatever movie he wants, and
If Lucas gets a hold of that script,
but Lucas is pretty much out of the picture. He's like, he's
gone.
He would have maybe executive producer creds just because of the whole Indiana Jones thing, but writing-wise, get somebody else, for God's sakes. And if you're going to come back, just let Chris Pratt do his own Indiana Jones. Don't pretend to be Harrison Ford, okay? And I don't think they're going to do that. People comparing it to James Bond. When Roger Moore or even George Lazenby came in, they tried to do their own thing or whatever, And actually, Roger Moore ended up being more funny, if anything. So that would kind of fit in where Chris Pratt would, if you think about it. Mm-hmm. If he's a little bit more of a funnier Indiana Jones, I'm all with that. Just let him put his own spin. Do not have George Lucas involved in this.
Yeah.
Okay. Just saying. Okay. So going with the Star Wars thing here too, James, you just saw this kid in this movie, Taron Egerton. He was the kid who was the lead in Kingsman, okay?
Oh, okay.
How would you feel if he played a young Han Solo?
I could get behind it.
Okay. Now, here's another thing. Everybody has this picture of Han Solo, and they picture Harrison Ford. Same with Indiana Jones, excuse me. I'll do it myself, whatever. We'll do it live. Now, what if we have a Han Solo movie? Are we just going to... Is so much pressure going to be put on this kid to get this part right and to be Harrison Ford again?
Yeah, I could see that happening.
You're living in a shadow. How many people were living in a shadow of Sean Connery of James Bond? And that was made 50 years ago.
I mean, even if you look at the comics or any interpretation of Star Wars, it's always just straight up Harrison Ford. There's no denying how the character acts and everything else. You just see Harrison Ford, Han Solo.
Right.
Yeah.
And how many years later are people still... 1977 is when the original Star Wars came out.
Yeah.
And how many years later?
Oh, God, yeah. To count it.
Yeah, exactly. So just I don't know. I mean, the kid's gonna, if the kid was that good in Kingsman, maybe he can be. I mean, we're not looking for an Oscar award-winning,
I'll be
actor.
interested to see how he gets around his accent because that is some really deep East End of London British he was trying to talk through in Kingsman.
Really?
So it'll be interesting.
I
to
mean,
see.
it can be done.
It can
Christian
be
Bale,
done, yeah.
Russell
He
Crowe,
cared-
all the. I mean, they're
As long as you
They're
take it
not
off
that ter- I mean, we're talking like just straight.
linguistics
Yeah.
classes can
Well,
get
they
that.
can
to
always
it.
do voiceover.
rough, but
yeah.
Kid's got the chops to carry. He carried this movie pretty good. I think he could have the chops to pull it off.
Okay, it's a new generation of Star Wars. So,
True.
hey, if we get a Han Solo movie, who would have thought that? 20
Yeah,
years
true.
ago. So who knows? Anyway, okay, moving on here. Speaking of Bond, yes. First of all, Empire Magazine. My message to you, and we posted this on our Instagram. They say James Bond is back. Okay, that is the famous line. Anytime there's a Bond movie, or especially in a magazine, Bond
Easy
has
catcher.
always been back.
He's
you
never
sons
left.
of bitches. Okay,
Bond is back. Where did he go?
Yeah, exactly.
He never left.
He never left. He's always been there 52 years. Okay, so just saying, I appreciate the pictures that are
So
in
Empire
there. you
Records.
know.
He kicked.
Anyway,
he kicked
though.
some butt, and then he said, "I'm going on vacation for a couple
Anyway,
years."
Yeah,
so we
exactly.
posted some pictures actually today. Yes, at the very top left there, what we're looking at is pictures of Dave Bautista as Mr. Hinks on there too, and we have Leah Seydoux from Blue is the Warmest Color. Bradley, you got to watch that movie for me, okay?
I
haven't seen it yet.
It's
but
on
Barbara,
Netflix. I'll go ahead and see it.
Don't watch it with mom and dad.
Of course not.
Okay. We have new pictures of the Aston Martin on there. They've actually been filming the Aston Martin DB10 chase scenes in Rome. And they have a new Jaguar in there. Anyway, though. So we saw another video today surface. And this is actually from James, it was at 007.com, if I'm not mistaken, the official James Bond website. A new behind-the-scenes video has been released for Spectre. And this one features the actual director, Sam Mendes, who directed Skyfall, explaining why he decided to return to the franchise. Quoted, "The reasons I'm doing the second Bond movie are the reasons I would do any movie, really, which is all to do with the story. And in this movie, Spectre, what you have is a movie entirely driven by Bond. He's on a mission from the very beginning. It's about whether or not to pursue the life he's always pursued, whether he matters, and he's going to continue or not. And you're going to have to come to see the movie to come to find out whether he does." He went on to explain, saying, we get to see a little bit more of the new M, which he feels that he started, and he wanted to kind of finish up that story, at least
With the kid,
at least
yeah.
with that story anyway, for the new M, Ralph Fiennes. You see a little bit more Money Penny in there, from what we understand, and more of Q. So I'm all for that or whatever. And all this is going in the background. Bond is kind of, he's sent on a mission from his past, and there, M is fighting to save MI6 and so forth. Some people are kind of comparing it, and I do see it a little bit to Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Okay, I have no problem with that. Bond, people
Bond's
rip off Bond.
still, yeah.
Bond rips off other stuff or whatever, but as long as it still feels like a Bond movie,
And Bond
Skyfall-
especially has to keep up with times.
Exactly.
Like, he has to keep up with the times and the relevancy of
and
it.
I
so.
can see that's where this is going.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, if I had to call this right now, and we can call spoiler alert right now, Spectre is Hydra. It really is. It really is. Okay, just watch.
Illuminati confirmed.
Just watch. Okay, I mean, it would be really interesting if that ended up being. But I would be all for that as long as they don't do a complete rip.
No,
off
yeah,
of it.
true.
Don't they try to do in Quantum Solace kind of like a Bourne movie or whatever?
Yeah.
It was Bourne, or Bond is Born, and didn't work out so well. Skyfall, he was kind of there was Batman moments in there though too.
True.
But we still felt like it was a James Bond movie deep down, and it really was. So, look for more pictures to surface, and we'll try to post them when we can. Big story of the night here also is we talked about District 9, Neil Blomkamp, and first of all, I saw the trailer for the new Chappie movie, okay? This was the second trailer, not the first one. The first one just looked like it was going to be Johnny Five all over again from Short Circuit. I saw the second trailer, and this is way better. We have to post this on our webpage, and it's got more of Hugh Jackman. Sigourney Weaver was in it, and I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
and
I
remember,
remember hearing that.
Neil Blomkamp is going to be directing the new Aliens movie, which we'll talk about in just a second, okay? But this is going to be his third film. He did District 9, then he did Elysium. He came in and did a recent interview about this, and, when somebody messes up, they usually don't own up to it. Okay, when I mess up, or all of us would mess up. Okay, we mess up when we're recording, where we own up to it. Well, this guy, this guy pretty much just said, "I feel like I effed up. I feel like the ultimate story is not the right story. I still think this satirical. God,
satirical.
See, I messed up. There we go.
I messed up too.
Idea of ring filled with rich people hovering above them impoverished earth is an awesome idea. I love it so much I almost want to go back and do it correctly, but I think the script wasn't. I just didn't make a good enough film. It is ultimately what it is. I feel like I executed all the stuff that could be executed, like costume and set design, special effects, very well, but ultimately it was all resting on a somewhat not totally formed skeleton system, so the script just wasn't there. I didn't see the movie. It had who? Matt Damon in it, and you know what? I like Matt Damon.
Call of Duty Advanced Wars.
That's pretty much what it is. Blomkamp, we talked about, likes to stay in this kind of like safe zone of where he is, and
he loves South Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah. That's probably why it was so hard for me to read that. Now, Chappie is, kind of is the whole robot. That they have a whole police force of robots, and one kind of gets away, and they reprogram it, and it ends up being Chappie, and he ends up going to do his own thing. But the company itself becomes worried that he's self-aware or whatever. So they do a whole they do a whole shutdown of the robots, and then Hugh Jackman,
it's iRobot all over again.
Hugh Jackman goes after him and tries to like take him out or whatever. But Chappie,
Blade Runner 2 in there? Damn,
Chappie retaliates, and that's what I've seen in this trailer. And that's
and because Matrix Reloaded. My God, they're hitting like 5 movies at once.
Oh, wait till you see what the robot that he's using to fight Chappie with. It looks right out of RoboCop. Yeah, and they just did a RoboCop last year. Anyway, though, so hats off to Blomkamp. Not many directors will come out and say, "Hey, I effed up," but you know what? Hey, kudos to him. You know what? Better luck next time, and hopefully he'll get it right with Chappie, and hopefully for his Alien movie. Mm-hmm. Now, he spoke about Alien, and he's saying that he's going to ignore Aliens 3 and 4. Didn't see any of them. Alien 3 was David Fincher, and I'm not sure who directed Alien Resurrection.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly. I'm not even too worried about it. So in an interview with Sky News during Blomkamp's tour for the sci-fi flick, he was saying that he intends to give Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's character, a proper finish. One the pair don't think was achieved in Alien 3 or 4. I want this film to feel like it's literally a genetic sibling of Aliens. So it's Alien, Aliens, and then this movie. I would love to take Ripley out of orbiting around in space and give a proper finish to her story. It's a Freudian nightmare. That element to me is what is so appealing, to try to put the audience on the edge of the seat in a traditional monster stalking you in a dark corridor way. If he goes with this, okay, from what I remember with Aliens, it's been so long since I've seen it, okay, it was, get away from her, you bitch, and just that whole thing, and just,
Power loader.
The problem I have, though, is Alien 3, that you can't exactly go Aliens, this one, give her a send-off, and then Alien 3.
Think of it this way.
It's a split. There's a fork there.
All right, first of all,
another jump in the time continuum.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Now, they're thinking of kind of it this way is like, okay, well, there was Predators, okay. I'm sorry, Predator and Predator 2. And then there was Alien versus Predator.
75 cantations.
Yeah, and then they did Predator, and what did, not Tarantino, Rodriguez. Yeah, my cousin, Robert Rodriguez, Hola, ¿cómo está? What he did is he went back and said, I'm going to ignore these and just go do a sequel to Predator.
Yeah.
And that's what he did in a sense. And it ended up being really good. I still am a fan of that movie. So if this is somewhat like what he's going for, then, I'm all for that or whatever. And I think when he did his test, he did his leaked footage or his fake film, he had Michael Biehn back in there too. I haven't seen Michael Biehn in a long time since The Art of War with Wesley Snipes, and I gotta tell you, I'd like to see him in another movie, Because if they're gonna make crappy Terminator films, well, then, yeah, please resurrect this guy. Oh, speaking of which, Arnold Schwarzenegger said he's gonna do another Terminator movie.
Oh, God.
He's coming back for the sequel. Facepalm. Yeah.
Oh, funch me.
Yeah, funch you, Arnold, in your frozen talk from, Batman Robin.
Get ice.
Okay, everyone, chill.
Oh, and by the way, for you guys who are into Oscars, they're talking about doing a sequel to Boyhood.
Title, Puberty.
Well, some talk
NC-17 all over it.
Some are saying they could be called Manhood. Who knows? And finishing up here with my sequels, Rooney Mara confirmed the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo sequel probably isn't going to happen. Great movie with Daniel Craig in there. If you ever get to see that, that's a good performance right there.
It's good as a movie. I was just always confused. You always want the kind of happy, lively movies around Christmas time.
That came out. It's like,
saw it a week before Christmas, and I'm like, well, that's on Sony for doing that.
Like, I'm not in the holiday spirit. I want to go cry.
Yeah. Well, after seeing some of the scenes, then yeah, you really want to.
True.
Oh, and the last sequel that
I think the French version's still on YouTube, I think.
It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, Netflix, I think, has the
that
European
actually
version.
The bad guy that was in John Wick. He's the guy who plays Daniel Craig's part, or Daniel Craig played his part, or whatever. That's where he was originally from. Anyway, community director Rob Schrab is going to helm the Lego Movie, the upcoming sequel, and they revealed the title to it, the Lego sequel.
Block number 2.
Not surprised.
Yeah, not surprised. Anyway, though, so moving on with bigger and better things.
You have to ask yourself one question: do I feel lucky?
Don't forget this. You want to play rough? Okay. Wildcard, bitches! Yeah!
Oh, it's game time.
Oh, it's game time. You ready for this one, Bradley?
Oh, go right ahead.
Huh?
Go right ahead.
Well, I got to find the music first, so go ahead.
Should I just go ahead?
Huh?
So, over the short few, I'm going to say 48 hours, there was a little short film out there posted on the internet, originally up on Vimeo or whatever it is, and then posted up on YouTube, which
has to do with
a old child. There's an old
time.
Yeah.
An old
Tommy said it best. That's right.
MMA fighter. An old 90s, fan of, especially being a child of a product child of the 90s and understanding, growing up on a Saturday morning cartoons. One awesome show that was out there was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And as one little director decided, it'd be interesting, let's make a short little film if they decide if it was like one of these dark, gritty reboots that we've seen all of Hollywood put out these years. The film came out and was posted up on digital sites as a fan-made, non-profit, thing. And it blew up with so much popularity to it, and it was actually, for those who were able to get to see it, it was quite astonishing. I mean, it was
12 million views, actually, or at least over 12 million
Over
views.
12 million views.
It's a 14-minute Power Rangers clip. It offered a radically different take on the property with Katie Sackhoff.
That's her name, yeah.
Yeah, and James Vanderbeek filling the roles as the lead Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, albeit the more profanity and blood.
More profanity, blood, graphic, and violence. Yeah, this was dark and it was brutal.
Oh, it was good. It was so good.
Power Rangers filmed in Baltimore for the Wild.
Basically, if you would take that.
Here's the guy who produced his name's Adi Shankar.
Yeah. That guy is like, he's a piece of work.
Yeah, do you know what else he did?
He did a bunch of... what else
He did The Punisher Dirty Laundry
That's
and,
what it was.
and Venom Truth and Journalism. I didn't get a chance to see Venom, but I know the Punisher one. I rewatched that yesterday. That's so good.
I just have to tell the guy, it's like,
really
okay,
good.
your work's word, but dude, cut down on the guy liner. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, so yeah, we see James Vanderbeek. He has the metal leg
He's got
in
the
there.
metal arm, the metallic leg.
Yeah, metallic
or
leg.
robotic, excuse me.
Yeah, robotics. Same difference. Anyway, so he's interrogating the Pink Ranger, or the new Pink Ranger anyway.
Kimberly. For those who don't know, it's the chick from Battlestar Galactica reboot, Starbuck. That's who it is.
And it's just kind of doing, like, I guess, flashbacks in a way. Yeah.
Montage would be like the whereabouts of the rest of the Power Rangers and what happened to them.
Exactly. And it's like this guy is working for the machines, and you said it could be Zoran?
It could be or just one of his henchmen working for Lord Zed, I imagine.
Yeah, Lord Zed, that's what it was. Zoran was the guy that was...
Zoran, you're thinking of... was in the...
Zordon was the floating face.
The floating face.
Right,
of the two
right. And don't
Rangers.
You dare do it. Son of a bitch is going to do it. Thank God. Wrong son of a bitch right there. Okay. Anyway, though, so, it showed some really good fight sequences, very bloody.
It's essentially what would be a low budget. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Fan made film. It had some pretty above average special effects and choreographed fight scenes. Let's just say better than Sci-Fi Channel. Let's be honest.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely brutal. The Black Rangers fight scene with the North Korean mobster alone, just hands down, just amazing, and kicks the crud out of base. Well, basically, it's like the summer blockbuster films you would see, but done right.
Yeah.
He even gets in a little, it's Morphin time in there as well. Oh.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really working on a Power Rangers movie as we speak
There
right
are,
now.
yeah. Saban, the company that actually owns the property.
And he hated it.
He hates it. He has seriously put down so much takedown notice to this. It's been removed because of that.
I'm glad you brought that up. Now.
He sucks.
Basically. He wants to grab as much money out of this thing as he can.
They actually did.
Flop.
They actually did take down the thing off YouTube.
The takedown,
we would post it if we did post it earlier, but there's no. It's already off.
Takedown notice. So.
The guy who directed Torque did this short film. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yep.
George Khan and Shankar were none too pleased about the action. They were talking to Deadline Hollywood. They say, I think it's a huge blow for fandom. Yeah. I think they're hurting themselves. I think this is...
They do. That's one thing that always bugs me, and which goes into our topic of idea about fan-created, content, and that is where do you draw the line, especially...
This drives your product. Why
Seriously.
Stop them if there is no product
This
to drive?
happens, especially with the advent of the internet and using such social media outlets like YouTube. YouTube sees this a lot, especially has to deal with outlets of this. I see this especially a lot because I'll watch any abridged series. Like if you watch just for laughs, like Dragon Ball Z abridged, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series, like those series alone are designed to be parodies of, they're non-profit parodies that make fun of the content of the, cartoons that they are, the animes. But at the same time, those have also shown that they promote sales because people are like, oh, that's hilarious. I want to see the actual version. And people go back and watch the original ones. This promotes. I don't care. So... yeah, especially with Power Rangers, like, wow, if they could do this, it'd be awesome. And be like, oh, hey, I totally want to go back and see it. Yeah. People who have never seen before can go back and see the original ones, which are on Netflix, or you can buy it off of Bantering Bohs Amazon page.
That's my dog. He said, how do you break the internet with Power Rangers? I think I gave them a lot of publicity and revived its pop culture awareness. Instead of supporting the goodwill of the fans, they've turned it into a legal issue. It doesn't sound like they're thinking of fandom at all.
Because he knows that their version was better than what he's about to bring out.
Yep. So that's to whoever pulled it down, Saban and whatever. This could be so good,
That's the problem is like somebody brings out something good and you hate it because you didn't come up with it before in the first place.
Hey, Saban, eat a big bag of funches.
Yeah. They love your product. We show our love, and this is how we get
That's not how we remember the Power Ranger. If you bring a Power Rangers movie, in the first two Power Rangers movie, Power Rangers the movie, and Power Rangers Turbo, they bombed.
They did.
They bombed. And they were big at the time, too.
And this short video, 15-minute long video, got over 12 million views.
Right.
Hello.
14-minute movie.
14-minute movie. Short film.
Right, with James Vanderbeek.
James Vanderbeek, of all people.
Yeah.
I don't want your life.
You had to say it. That's fine. Whatever. Anyway, though. So
he made a convincing serial killer in Criminal Minds, though. I will say that.
Anyway, though, it's really good. It's kind of like the Punisher, Dirty Laundry. It's very bloody.
Laundry of Power Rangers, it is.
Yeah, it really is.
Or like a Kill Bill almost of Power Rangers.
I didn't see Kill Bill.
Oh, my God.
No. This was just, I don't know what this was. It's just like, if Michael Bay really got a movie right recently, and
true. If Michael Bay got something right,
this would be a Michael Bay movie.
It could be, actually, especially with the Megazord fight right in the beginning. Yeah, you could count that as
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we get to see the Megazords. You get to see them slightly in their costumes or whatever.
You do see the costumes, so you do see them in each one of the costumes for brief moments.
Right. They have guns and all.
Yeah, they have guns. They have like RCP-90s. I know that's not what it's actually called. I know. But still,
yeah. Oh well. So, yeah. If it, hopefully we get to find it again, and we will post it on Twitter and Facebook.
Hopefully the lawyers get this sorted because apparently it's in a very gray area.
I don't think it's gonna. I think they're gonna get it back up. I really do.
I hope so. Under freedom of creativity, because
well,
part of the Fair Use Act.
Part of me goes back to the whole Deadpool leaked footage. I'll be real quick with this, but
same thing.
Remember when they said they leaked the footage? Oh, 20th Century Fox. Oh, that's not supposed to be up there. We're going to take it down. whatever.
It got popular.
It got popular, and they had a good reaction from it. Now what? We get a movie next February for that.
Exactly.
What if this really is deep down just like they're doing test footage saying, how are we ever going to get the Power Rangers back? They do something like this.
Bam.
And there's your Power Rangers movie.
I've already have
That is my
people-
speculation that this was just the company. It could be, I think it's Lionsgate that has it.
Lionsgate, yeah. I think
If they
has
want to
it.
be ballsy, then go ahead and do a Power Rangers movie like this. You will
get that guy on your staff
Yeah.
and make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, but if it's, typical corporate, then
Corporate would
it's,
be like, but the Power Rangers, they're supposed to be kid-friendly.
yeah.
Who cares? You already have that on
Right.
TV. Let's have a different interpretation.
Right. Imagine if the
we grew
Teenage
up.
Mutant Ninja Turtles end up being like that.
That's what the comics are.
Yeah, that's the graphic.
graphic novel.
I want this guy to make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles short, and then
So make an actual graphic novel interpretation.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
would you see
Those
Mikey
bomb-
giving it to April from behind?
Oh, God.
You get me so excited.
Oh boy, we've resorted to bestiality here with the bows.
Rule 34, dear Lord, no.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've spent that out. Anyway, the recommendations for the week, boys, go for it.
I'm getting off. Yeah, get off that thing. Actually, out this week is the remastered version.
Power.
Oh God! Now that mental image is in my head. Thanks, Brian.
You want a pickle? I'll give you a pickle.
He uses cheese.
Oh no! Remastered edition of Homeworld. The
Here's Kazan. You're right.
Homeworld Remastered Edition is out for PC from Gearbox, the guys who made Borderlands. It's actually good for people who are big fans of the old Homeworld games, Homeworld 1 and 2 of that classic real-time strategy sci-fi space exploration game. This is a love tribute to you fans out there, especially who are looking for that. A immense graphic overhaul. Really well done, touched up, especially on the audio, and they actually redid the entire UI system and made it more like Homeworld 2. Especially if you want a good analyst of it, do look up Total Biscuit's review of it and how he looks at the Homeworld and does complete comparison and contrast of the two games, seen from the original ones and this updated version, and shows there was a lot of effort put into it. So as an actual updated, let's just say remastering, HD, whatever you want to call it, this is a legit one to do. So, Homeworld Remastered Collection for PC, totally.
Okay.
Yep.
March brings upon us a very, very important holiday. St. Patty's Day. Let's all get drunk. But 2 days prior to that, March 15th, at Baltimore Soundstage is Hollywood Undead promoting their brand new album, which should be dropping very, very soon. Yours truly will be there, so there'll be some photos and whatnot up on the website soon. But definitely go check out the new album when it does drop in stores or on iTunes or on our Amazon page, thebanteringbohs.com. They've lost their gimmick was wearing these kabuki masks when they would do a live performance or in the music videos. They've put all those away, but they haven't lost their edge or any of the
sound at all.
Really sounds like they're on point with this. So,
That's fun and awesome, man.
Nice.
definitely worth the $20. Go check them out on the 15th. Come find me.
Okay. This weekend, it hits theaters. It's your first preview at Deadshot and Harley Quinn on screen together. It is called Focus. Will Smith and Margot Robbie are in this film. Might not get the best ratings. I've heard mixed things about it. I still want to see it. Don't believe all the ratings. You make your own opinion, and that's fine. That's exactly what we do here. So if you get a chance to go see that, we want to root for this movie just because of the chemistry that these two have, because we're going to see them in another year or so on screen anyway. So, Will Smith, as long as his son's not in it, I'm going to go see it. I got to tell you right now. I'd get back to where you were, buddy, and, I have faith in him. And Margot Robbie... How about that?
She can do no wrong.
She can, yeah, true.
The girl, she was at the Oscars and just I wanted to go see her with Jared Leto there. Now, Jared Leto is reportedly gaining weight for the film. I don't know if he's bulking up or whatever, and he's going to shave the beard, and cut his hair.
What was that, Pacino? She had a great ass.
She's got a great ass. That's indeed. Oh, so speaking of which, I think I might go watch Wolf of Wall Street. Oh yeah, you can see her. You can definitely see her ass in there. Anyway, sorry, Christy. In the meantime, find us at thebanteringbohs.com. There you will find our latest shows, links to all the various social media networks, that is. Gentlemen, Have a great week.
You, sir.
You too.
To our audience, thank you for listening as always. And we will catch you next time. Peace out.
Here you go.
Deuces.